This tier list is Overwatch heroes ranked on how fun they would be to smoke with. Now, I dabble myself. Obviously, I wouldn't be the way I am if I didn't dabble, right? But I'm taking a break right now because I'm leaving it for a celebration that's going to be coming up soon. So, Dream Blunt Rotation, Genji, Zenyatta, Sombra, Ramatra, and Lifeweaver. I agree with all of these except Lifeweaver. And Sombra. Now, it's not that I disagree with them, but I feel like one, there could be better alternatives, and two, I feel like I feel like I don't know the lore enough to really understand why you would want these in a Dream Blunt rotation, right? So right now, if I were to choose somebody to have on a blunt rotation with me as a Dream Blunt rotation, I would choose Echo, I would choose Orisa, I would choose Genji, yeah. Genji, Zenyatta, Ana, and Ramatra. Let me check out the others in the roster. I think I won't get any interesting conversations except for maybe either Mizuki or Freya. Aside from everybody else, I think those are the only characters on the cast that I feel like would sufficiently entertain me in a blunt rotation. A good choice, Bastion. I think Bastion is always fun to have around, even though he can't get high, you know? Lucio, oh yeah, Lucio would be amazing as a drum, like a really good choice. Diva, yeah, she could be fun. Cassidy, yeah, Cassidy would just want to chill. Zarya would be good. Doomfist, Doomfist being a good choice for the blunt rotation? I don't know, man. Would I really want to hang out with Doomfist on a blunt rotation? This guy's in Talon. Is anybody else in Talon? Ramatra isn't in Talon, but he is very anti-human. You know what? Yeah, if I can accept Ramatra, I can accept Doomfist. I would be careful with that one, to be honest. Brigitte and Baptiste, yeah, those would be good. Lifeweaver would be good since I didn't put him in Dream Blunt rotation. I would change him there. Kiriko, yeah, Kiriko would be nice. I feel like most of the roster would be nice to have on a blunt rotation, to be honest. Like a good choice. So I don't know about Hazard or Venture, to be honest with you. I don't think they would be too much fun, to be honest. Wrecking Ball would probably be fun. Cat would be fun. Sierra would be fun. Onron would be fun. Diva would be fun. Cassidy would be fun, Zarya would be fun. All of these characters would be fun. You know, almost everybody except for Hazard and Venture on that list, on that section of the list would be good. Needs a sitter? Like a babysitter? I feel like that would be Juno. I feel like Juno would need a babysitter, not being the sitter. I feel like Juno would be way too nervous and squeamy, you know? Squeamish about it. Alari having a sitter? Maybe. Winston having a sitter? Maybe. Yeah. Tracer having a sitter? I don't think so. I think Tracer would be in the good choice category, not really a sitter, like needing a sitter. I think that should be it for sitters. May I agree would need a sitter. Juno would need a sitter, and I think Domino would need a sitter as well. Is the sitter? I feel like Ana would be the sitter. Mercy being the sitter makes sense. Torbjorn being the sitter, yeah, I would put Torbjorn as the sitter, but I would also put him in the good choice. I feel like Torbjorn would be a really cool guy to just hang out with. Sojourn would be a good sitter. Echo would be a phenomenal sitter, actually. If I could choose Echo to be my sitter, I would. And Orisa's good for that. Chronic Blunt Hogger, yeah, Reinhardt would be Chronic. You know Roadhog would be Chronic. Hamster would be Chronic. Ash? I guess, yeah. Ash would hog. Like Roadhog. Junker Queen, yeah. Maga, yes. Freya, I don't agree with how she would be a blunt hogger, but, you know, I don't know her lore, I don't know her personality. Maybe she would be. But I would put her in a good choice category, or the Dream Blunt rotation, because Freya in her lore has went through a lot of pain and suffering, so I feel like it would be interesting to talk about it with her, because she's given in a voice line.
So, you found your quarry at last, Hunter. Another paragon of Overwatch reduced to a villainous mercenary.
It's not like that. He isn't himself right now.
Nor were my people themselves during the crisis. But would you afford them the same forgiveness?
I don't know.
To be able to say I don't know shows a level of perspective and awareness that I think is missing in a lot of people, especially in the roster. So I feel like Freya would be a very interesting person to talk to, because she's willing to think for herself and say I don't know, I feel like she would be more open to different perspectives because of that. Vendetta, chronic blunt hogger. Yeah, I could see Vendetta being chronic. Ruins the vibe by getting so high they get scared. Okay, I don't think Hanzo would do that. Mizuki wouldn't do that. Emre might do that. Sigma would definitely do that. Juno would definitely do that. But the other three, Emre, Mizuki, Hanzo, I don't think that they would ruin the vibe by getting scared. I think that's very... Like, we're talking about two Japanese monk wannabes, okay? Because Hanzo still has like a fight that he's going through, but he's very trained in like mental clarity and mental patience and discipline. He's very trained in that. So I don't think a blunt is gonna get him scared. I think he's just gonna say, yeah, this is the blunt talking, but I'm good. Like, I think we're really underestimating how mentally capable these characters are. Do not fucking invite them. Junkrat, Pharah, Soldier, Reaper, Symmetra, Widowmaker, Moira, and Domina. I think Domina would ruin the vibe by getting so high that they get scared. I feel like Domina wouldn't know what to do, and then they would just enter a coughing fit as soon as they inhale the smoke, right? I feel like Domina would be a poser. Like a cool kid wannabe. Moira, I feel like Moira would just ruin the mood. Moira is too fixated on her own ideals and her own stuff. I think Moira would like stab me in the back if I got too high around her. Widowmaker would be interesting, but I don't think it would be a good idea just because it's Widowmaker. Symmetra, I don't know Symmetra's lore. I don't know Symmetra's lore. I really don't think not inviting them is what you should do, but who knows, maybe there's a reason why they say not to invite them. I'd be okay with Symmetra. Symmetra hasn't given me any reason not to invite them. Reaper, I think Reaper could be good. It really depends. Like, Reaper and Moira have the same iffiness with me as Vendetta and Doomfist. Like, you're inviting people from Talon. Like, these are people that are obviously like interested in their own intentions or their own evil intentions. It's either anti-hero or evil, and those are the type of people you're dealing with. So it's really difficult to see myself smoking a blunt with them. but yeah, Pharah, I don't know Pharah's lore, so I wouldn't know, but I'd be okay with them simply just from playing them and seeing how they are in the game. Maybe in their lore there's different, but I wouldn't see any problem with that. I feel like Soldier would be very anti-marijuana. Reaper would just be a bad idea. And Junkrat is just Junkrat. Like, if you know this character, you know Junkrat is just not somebody to be smoking a blunt with. Like, he's the opposite of chill. He's the exact opposite of chill. He's funny, don't get me wrong, but I don't think a blunt is gonna help that guy. I really don't. Oh my god. But yeah, that's the tier list for Overwatch characters. You can watch me live on the weekends, Friday through Sundays. Join in and see the action happen, as it happens at 6 to 8 p.m. Maybe longer if I'm having fun. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.